go. The tiny sign that you can't read. That's a staple. A staple.
Obviously. Is it recording now?
Yes, it's recording now.
Hello.
Hi. That's a good way to start. That's good. If we
have a restart. Are we comfortable?
Comfortable? No, it's okay. We'll just use all of this for the. It's the new modern style over the 5 years since we haven't, not 5 years, but 3 years since we've been doing this. Is that you have the fumbly cold open first, then you cut to credits, and then you do the real start afterwards, because that way you feel like people think that you're human, and they're like, oh, we see they're just
such
like us.
Human people.
The stars, they're just like us. Hello.
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
You've all been waiting.
Yes, you have.
Eagerly in
Yes, you
suspense for the A-Dub Club to reconvene.
The club is back in session. The clubs aren't in session.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. No, it's good, because last night when we were at a New Year's Eve party with a bunch of friends from high school who are the only people that would know both of us, and therefore the only people that have
probably the only people who are going to watch
well,
this.
Exactly.
I hope.
No, they're the only people that would have any reason or desire to watch this. Only 3 or 4 of them specifically said, "Why are you doing this?" And so out of the 5 people that heard that we were doing this, only 80% of them were like, no, I don't care about this.
That 20%.
That's that 20%.
That's what we're doing
butter.
this for.
That's what we rely on. But yes, we're back. We're back.
And we decided to reconvene with the new release of Star Wars. We need to do an A-Dub Club episode.
All y'all long-time viewers know our first ever episode, which that's another thing that's changed in the many years, is that in YouTube they don't do the annotation-y things anymore. Instead they have little cards that pop up on the side, and I don't know which side of the frame. Does the card there? I think it pops. It's either this corner or the corner by your head. But we can put a card that links you to that video, that first ever A-Dub video way back in the day.
The inception of the show started.
It was great.
We came up with the idea of, starting with Star Wars, because that's what we felt like was what we needed to start on.
Stealth reboot, in case any, which is another thing we'll be talking about later today. In case people are not familiar, the central premise of this is we just like to talk about.
Oh yeah, there are some new viewers out there, maybe.
My name is Andrew Whipple.
I'm Alex Wade.
Hey,
hi.
Look at that professionalism.
A-Dub, Alex Wade, Andrew Whipple.
A-Dub Club. Good, isn't it great?
We lost the account.
We're locked out of the account. Don't know what the password is. So if you
figure that out,
hey,
if you're watching this,
tweet at your boy if you know the account password. But yeah, no, the premise is we just like talking about geeky shit, and then this kid comes to me senior year of high school and is like, "Hey, we like talking about geeky shit. Why don't we just put a camera in front of it and do that?" And then we did, and we managed to get all tens of listeners. Yeah, all tens of viewers.
It's fantastic. Lots of people make fun of us for it. So
Certainly.
That's why we do it. So anyway, Star Wars.
So, there's a new Star Wars movie, guys. Yeah. That's a thing that happened in this world.
I've seen it 3 times.
I've only seen it twice.
He's only seen it twice, unfortunately for him.
I think we haven't discussed this beforehand, because that's the other thing that's fun about the show, is that we don't discuss or plan anything. There have been episodes of this show where we don't come up with the topic until we start rolling the camera.
Yes.
And that's great. Vampire zombies are fun. But what I was going to say is that we don't plan this stuff out, and so we haven't discussed this, but I think it's a fair warning that, we're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah. All the spoilers.
Right. Do we want to...
Absolutely.
What are some non-spoilery, still reviewy things that we could say, first, and so that way, if you don't want to be spoiled, you can stop.
Okay.
So we can have, a couple minutes, a minute or two, and then, full-on spoiler horn, let's rock and roll. What do you think about the movie? I think that's okay, just to give it,
Yeah, I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good first step.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the low points I would say is it wasn't the same groundbreaking thing as the original Star Wars was, obviously.
Sure.
Still fantastic top 4 Star Wars movies for sure.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. Being original trilogy and then this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I loved it, and I think for me it might be top 3 after 4 and 5.
I'm not
Or
sure
5,
where it
5
goes. I
and
need
4.
to rewatch the originals again.
Yeah, it's a movie with problems, but I think more of the problems are when I start thinking about ways it could have been better as opposed to actual problems with the movie itself. If I get myself into the trap of thinking, oh, what if they had done this instead, then I start to like it less and less. But if I think about just like it's one of the few movies I've been to in a while where almost every single minute I watched it, I was bare minimum thrilled about something. And like in the greatest parts was like cheering and screaming, and
it was good. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I've seen it 3 times. So like I
exactly.
liked it.
Yeah, I would love to go see it again. So my parents saw it last night for the first time. Yeah. My dad, who is a giant OG Star Wars nerd, he has told the story. He's told the story many times of he grew up in Alaska, and they had one theater which had 2 screens in the town of Fairbanks where he lived. And he was a kid in the 70s, and the summer that Star Wars came out, it was playing on both screens, and it was the only movie that played for the whole summer was Star Wars. So he just watched it dozens and dozens of times, because that was sort of what you did, is you go to the movie. And then of course after the summer went, it still kept playing on one of the screens for another like 6 months later. Yeah. So for like a full year, it was just Star Wars was the movie that you watched. So he loves it. He did not like the new movie very much. That being said, he's still going to go watch it again, and so I think this is an interesting film that you have Star Wars fans that are watching it multiple times because, fuck yeah, it's great, and Star Wars fans that are watching multiple times because, like, well, I need to see it again and see if my opinion's still the same.
I would say it was definitely better the second time that I saw it.
Yeah.
You just got to absorb more and, like, appreciate all the little Star Wars things.
When you're not wondering about what happens next and not, you get to actually, like, take the journey and go on the ride. Although I will say, speaking of spoilers, I was ridiculously over the top on not being spoiled for anything. I did not watch any of the trailers. I did not look at any of the posters. I had on my Tumblrs and Twitters and all that blocked, and the word Star Wars was muted and filtered away, which was really depressing because I started doing that when the first trailer came out. But no, I realized that I'd gone a full calendar year with no Star Wars things on my Tumblr dashboard, and which was interesting because it meant that I didn't get as hyped for the movie. Like, all of my hype happened after I saw it, when I took away all those filters and then started watching all the cast being interviewed and rewatching trailers and stuff like that. I got hyped after I saw the movie, but in that, even up to the week that it was coming out, I was sort of thinking like, oh yeah, that's right, there's new Star Wars coming out. Huh. Keep kind of forgetting about it. And just wasn't all that excited for it because I just refused to allow myself to see anything.
I get that. I was like that for Fallout 4 when it came out. Like, I had like 4 tests or something, so I knew I couldn't get hyped for it because I couldn't get addicted to it. I sort of failed all my classes.
But so the quick wrap up of the non-spoiler bits. We both liked it.
Yeah.
We both don't think it's a perfect movie. Neither of us think that it's the best Star Wars movie.
More than good enough.
More than good enough. We both really like it. I think I'm a bit more, although we'll see as it goes in, but my sort of read on it is I'm a little bit more outwardly enthusiastic and like fuck yes about it.
I'm more hopeful, I would say. I like where it's going. I like where it's going.
Would you say that this movie gave you a new hope for Star Wars?
You know, I had a hope already. Like everyone was always doubting, like, oh, this new Star Wars are gonna fuck it up like the prequels, and like, I don't think you should ever go into any franchise like that. Like, you gotta always hope and have faith that they're gonna do a good job. There's just no point in like doubting and being like, ooh, they could fuck it up. And, like,
okay, but now, spoilers. We're going to spoil everything in the movie.